What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Aging Potheads. I am your boy, the Funky Monk, aka Big Brother Boss. And with me, as always, is the beautiful Miss Candy with an X. How are you tonight, Miss Candy?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Hey, y'all, let's go ahead and take this time to go ahead and share out the video with your friends and get ready to grab your blunts. Go ahead and hit this here. All right. But as we always do, y'all, it is time for the blaze up. Let's see here. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Be a little hard today. Now, let us know what you're smoking. Let us know where you are watching from. And tonight, I'm actually smoking on Bubba Kush. And Bubba Kush is an indica. Lately, I haven't been feeling well. And staying up, so Bubba Kush is going to help me relax so I can go to sleep, as well as bring up my hunger so I can eat. Fall is normally fall is like a bad time for me. It's probably because it's moving the change of the seasons and we're moving into winter. Bubba Kush for me brings up my hunger, as well as allows me to relax and go to sleep. It is one of those. Bubba Kush is one of those very classic strains, especially indica. So all our indica heads should really know what it does. But mostly, it's really for me. I use it for sleep and to get the munchie. I had trash for munchies this week. We'll get to that later. But yeah, I myself. I gave this 5 blunts because it always hits hard and it always makes me sleepy. It's always on point no matter what tier you buy it at a dispensary. It could be on all 3 tiers. It's, like I said, mind your budget, but this one is budget friendly. You should find this in most dispensaries here in Vegas or everywhere else. Now, what you smoking on?
I'm smoking some Ghost OG. It is also very heavy indica leaning.
Okay.
And it's been working. It's like as far as sleep, like I just took a nap. I woke up from a nap not too long ago. Because I literally ate a chicken sandwich from McDonald's, took a couple of puffs of this, and it was a wrap. Like I was a goner. So it is a hybrid. So it's about 70% indica, about 30% sativa.
Okay.
And I gave it 4.5.
Okay, you gave it 4.5 blunts?
Yeah, I gave it 4.5 blunts. Really, it could get a 5. Like it's doing what it's supposed to do as an indica. It's very smooth. It doesn't hit hard, but it is strong. So if you're like a person that is just starting out, might be a little much, or if you do want something to go to sleep to, or hit right before you go to bed, I would definitely this.
Right on. Now, I haven't had Ghost OG, but I did look at some of the things here before we came on. It does seem like a very good indica. But you have to get it in like the upper tiers. If you get it on the low tier, it might not hit as hard.
Yeah, you need to
that's
get it.
I'll have to see it. I have to check that next time I'm out and about. Now, our strain of the week, y'all. Our strain of the week is sour tangy. Sour tangy is one of one of mine. One of my favorites also. It is a sativa, is a mix between sour diesel and tangy. Both strains I smoke. It is a very good sativa, and what it helps mostly with creativity and anxiety. Although on the flip side, it could cause anxiety in some people. So please smoke accordingly. For me though, it does take care of anxiety, and it's really a good strain, good for beginners. It doesn't get you, it doesn't get you all confused or anything like that, but it is a very good strain for beginners, and that's sour tangy. Let us know if you've ever tried any of these strains like Ghost OG, Bubba Kush, and or sour tangy. Sour tangy, in my opinion, is something you should always have on hand, especially. It's a morning smoke, so you can smoke it in the morning without getting that fogginess. If those who do like to smoke before they go to work, I believe this is a nice, good strain, because it doesn't cloud your thoughts, gives you that little pep in your step, along with your coffee. So that's something definitely I would recommend for that, But tonight for me personally, it's an indica night, because in the last couple of days, motherfuckers have lost their goddamn mind.
Just in the
Yesterday,
last days, it seems like it's been the last.
it was probably which was a first here in America. The House voted to fire Chuck Schumer. Kevin McCarthy, the Speaker of the House. What it is it's in a move. Basically, it was the fringe Republicans making a power move and delivering on the promise that they said if they did not shut down the government, he would lose his job, and that's what happened yesterday. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. What's your take on this, Miss Candy?
I am. I don't know. I feel like as far as my general thoughts are, I just feel like we have no need for parties anymore. Like, I just feel like they don't serve the interest of their constituents. This is a kind of a precedent move because he's a Republican too, and technically he can vote himself to be uh, a temporary. I think it's something temporary, where he can actually vote because the speaker is the one who picks the next speaker. So he can technically put himself back on the ballot to be the speaker, and they have to vote, and it's this big cycle again, and then we're back facing shutdown. My understanding is they wanted him to vote on a budget, and there was some things that he put in the budget that had caveats or what have you, and then they got into the discrepancy of what the caveats were, and the members of the House wanted to read it, and they didn't have time, so he does what the speaker does, and he talks, and he talks until something happens, or I think they call it filibuster or something like that.
Well, let's go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, again, my thoughts. I don't see the point of any political party at this point, and I'm talking Democrats, Republicans. There's not enough people to to make third party and a thing.
Mhm.
But I think that we really should just get back to voting for people based on their ideas and not, these people are too controlled by whatever interest they have,
Yes.
and that's who has the most money.
Mhm.
So I think that's where I'm at. Like I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I don't understand what the point is of it, any of it anymore. Is these people don't care about
Mhm.
um, us. They don't care about their constituency. They just care about who's going to donate to their campaign and make them
Yeah.
rich. And that's my thought on it. I think we should just throw all this shit away and start all over again.
Okay.
That's my thought on it.
Yeah, and I can see why you I can see why you hold that view. But those who are confused, though, let me explain to you what's going on. Essentially, they voted in a budget back in June, July, um, with after a compromise. You know what I mean? They passed the budget. Everybody was happy. Now, what happened this week was the fringe Republicans. When I say that, I'm talking about the MAGA Republicans. In order for Kevin McCarthy to get into office, there was a list of things he had to do for them. Almost like, okay, we're going to vote you in, but you have to do this for us. So the budget passed. And understand, everybody voted on the budget. Everybody was happy because that was the way it worked. When they came back from break, Matt Gaetz said, "Hey, you did this. We voted for your budget, but you did not present articles of impeachment for Joe Biden. And if you do not do that, we're going to shut down the government. We're going to do this. We're going to do that." What this does, in essence, like you just said, Kevin McCarthy has to choose the Speaker of the House, and he can choose himself. But then the House has to vote on them. What this really does is when these 45 days is over, they're going to try to shut down the government again, and they might be successful if this cycle keeps going. Because until they confirm a Speaker of the House, they can't vote on any bill. And it's crazy. And when it comes to the political parties, especially the two major parties, two sides to the same coin. It's all about self-interest and not really doing the will of the people. Like you said, it's basically I normally do vote for the people who closely meet my values and agenda. I don't care which party it is. But however, it is, since I've been voting, that it's always the lesser of two evils. You know what I mean? And there are certain things I know that TikTok video yesterday. And in the video, they talk about how there should be things that shouldn't exist. One, like he said, like this video said, no corporate donations, or it's capped. Or even like the federal campaign, it should be a cap, and it should go to both sides. You know what I mean? That way it can remain fair. But we have people in Congress on both sides who are in the pockets of business folks. They're not there for the people. And that's why they was there until they died. Like, I was about to say mayor because I grew up in San Francisco. Um, Dianne Feinstein passed away last week, and I never really liked her too much because of an incident in 1984 with the Confederate flag hanging over San Francisco. Um, but she passed away. She was 90 years old. What does a 90-year-old know what's good for a 20 or 30-year-old who's struggling to pay bills, struggling with laws? Let's just take a woman for example, who has to pay for things like birth control, um, and medical or max, like pads and tampons, but stuff like that should be provided. You know what I mean? But you're dealing with a system ran by people who was here
at the turn of the last century, the last 2 centuries.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of these people were born.
Yeah, she was born in what, 19...
like 20 something. My grandmother was born in 1926.
Yeah.
1925 and 1926 and 1929.
Exactly.
They're almost 100 years old. Like,
yeah,
they passed, but they would have been they would have been in their 90s.
Exactly. My grandmother was born in 1929. You know what I mean? So she'd be what, 92? If my math is right, I could be wrong. Maybe 93, 94. I don't know.
Point being is,
point being,
they lived through the Depression.
Well,
the big one, the great one. So
people talk about their aging out, but in terms, if they wouldn't be so old in Congress if one, there was term limit. You know what I mean? Term limits, in my opinion, would stop these folks aging out. Even if you put somebody who's in their 70s, they certainly do term, because I think that should they certainly should term, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But as opposed to the political parties, I believe that there are certain mindsets that the American people need to change also. You know what I mean? Because even though we might not have parties, we still have people pushing a certain agenda. And we can talk about the Republicans, because even the Republicans are not Republicans.
Yeah, they voted the what is it? The House is mostly the Senate is mostly Republican.
Yes.
And he was the Republican speaker, and they voted him out. So they're clearly tired of each other. I feel like Democrats are just kind of have been pacifist with a lot of things. Like just keep the peace. Our party is looked at as the weak ass party. And I voted mostly Democrat. I grew up in that kind of environment. But a lot of we've gone kind of astray with some of the things that we want to. Because I feel like it should be both, just because I don't want to address a man that I know is a man as a woman. I don't think that makes me a Republican. There's certain things that I am really conservative in, and there's some things that I'm very liberal in. And I think that there's I just feel like we have this thing where if you have to believe in this, and this, and this. and then you're considered this, or
Yeah.
if you don't believe in this, and this, you're considered not this. So, and
Like,
I think that's ridiculous. There's we've gone to, some would consider radical, um, in a lot of the things that we push to. Um, and I know idealistically, in a perfect world, everybody would just agree on one thing, or agree
mhm.
on, the majority of us would just agree on
Yeah.
this thing, and we could. But the truth is that's just, it, realistically, it's not going to happen. Too many people have too many different ideas of how things should go,
Mhm.
and there should be some sort of um, balance on, and that's probably even, stretching it a little bit, but just things that we can agree on, that would serve the interest of the people, or maybe some sort of sovereignty among, the state. Like, okay, well, California doesn't want to do this,
Mhm.
and they
Well,
should, and then the people that are there don't like it, and maybe they might want to go to Montana because
mhm. But that's
Montana
where
wants to do that. Like, I don't know. I'm just, thinking
that's
out
why
loud.
we have representatives like that in Congress.
Well, yeah, we do, but what I mean. But our representatives don't represent our interests all of the time, most of the time,
Yeah,
and that's why we're
they
having
don't.
this conversation, because these people don't vote in our interest. They say what they
Hmm.
say to get in there, and then they, whoever got, the biggest check for me is what I'm going to, enact
Those are my
or
interests.
push. So yeah, and ideally it would be great, if that actually happened. But I think that we're starting to see that that's not happening.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and it's sad that these are grown ass folks. They're going to work. They're getting paid to sit around now and do nothing. You know what I mean? Because now they can't vote on any bills.
yeah,
So
so we're just gonna be right back at square one. Like, what are y'all
exactly,
doing? What are you guys doing? Like,
and
what's happening?
a lot of this is by conservative, like Trump supporters. And speaking of Trump, Trump is no longer allowed to do business in New York. All his business licenses were suspended, and he cannot apply for any of his organizations. Cannot apply for them, and this was done by the district attorney in Manhattan, who says Trump's business dealings are just crazy. And Trump did appear in court this week. Did you know what happened to him?
You said what?
Did you know what happened to Trump this week?
He got no, other than that, I just know that his businesses are getting
He had his
expanded.
appearance. He had his appearance in court. He thought there was going to be a jury, but due to a snafu by his lawyers and his team, they checked to let the judge decide. So
No, I did not read that.
he comes out the courtroom because no press is allowed in the court. He
Hmm.
comes out, starts talking shit about the judge because he's like, I don't give a fuck about the judge because the jury won. He walks back in and judge said, I heard everything. I tried it all, so he's in trouble.
Yeah, the what I know, it's basically fraud. He was padding the numbers, packing the book, and he or his sons are no
Yes,
longer able to practice business, at least in the state of New York. Um,
yes.
but I think that stretches into some other things too. It's basically fraud. You know, he was inflating numbers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, inflating profits, things like that. Things that, you know, you're not supposed to do as a business. So, yeah, they went on ahead and, you know, bust that up. Him or his children are not able to practice. And that's crazy because I mean, as a Trump, like the name Trump,
Mm-hmm.
especially in New York, um, is synonymous with business.
Yeah.
So, you know, the fact that you're no longer able to practice business and all your businesses have been dissolved, like all of
Mm-hmm.
them, like that is insane. That's
And
crazy.
his list of failed businesses is almost just as big as his indictments. And to break this down into layman terms, let me tell you this. Say I drive a Mercedes. I tell those people my Mercedes is worth $80,000 when it's really only worth about 15,000. All right, they say okay because you got a $80,000 Mercedes, we can give you this much credit. I think I used to probably bad example. I'll get where I'm going. And basically, at the end of the year, they found, I got the loans and everything. I'm out here making more money doing more dumb shit. And then at the end of the year, I say, oh, my car only worth 15,000. So I'm gonna take the loss, which is $65,000. You're right, it off as a loss. And this is what he and he his family has been done because his father did the same thing, which is over evaluated and then pulled out the real numbers and said he lost money. So he can write it off, thus not having to pay as much taxes because his stuff wasn't as much as he said it was.
Yeah,
Now, go ahead.
he's not, and you know, like to be fair, this is not anything new. People do this all the time. You know, Kylie Kardashian um, oversold her makeup line. Said it was worth billions. The company that bought it, you know, they crunched the numbers and determined that no, that was a lie, ma'am. You lied about how much this is going to be worth.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and then I just heard, what's his name? The Antonio Brown. He sold this guy like this really expensive watch, and it was fraud. It wasn't worth what he said it was worth. And so, you know, people get caught in these things every day, but you know, I I just feel like, you know, as it's kind of like Bernie Madoff, like when he, you know, imagine how long that kind of thing went on. That thing went on for years, multiple generation, like years. His sons had no idea that those things were happening. Um, and like I just can't imagine like having that last name and then having my businesses just now. Like we run New York, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the thing with Kylie is she did get caught, but she never claimed the loss on her taxes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what Trump did. But what it does is when you over evaluate, it allows banks to give you money. They say, okay, you're worth this. We can give you this credit line. Yeah. And so it's very crazy how it works. Trump has been doing that. And some of it falls on the banks too. Because where was their due diligence? You know.
Well, we didn't, and that's what I'm saying. These people, that it's just money. It's all money at the end of the day. It's money.
Yeah, it's
He
it's
gets
it's
away with
crazy.
things like that because he has the money that he has
Hmm.
and his family and the privilege that comes with that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he's
that's
a
it.
grifter, y'all.
Right.
And let's be clear, he's claimed to have be a billionaire, but he's always asking people for money. For what?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
what?
I don't.
Exactly. Now we do have some other stuff here, y'all. We've been holding on to, but we have more Krishan and Bluefish shit again. Um,
I'm so
what
sick of
this one
it.
is, and I want to hear about this one, Candy. It's Krishan's older sister
Yes.
was out in these streets telling dirty secrets. I need you to get
Telling
me up
all
on
the
it.
family business. Okay.
Here.
So, Krishan is one of the probably 10 of 12 children. So there's a lot of brothers and sisters. There's an eldest sister named China who has had her struggles with substance abuse, as well as their parents. So her sister's kind of been getting on live. You can tell she's an older woman. You can tell she probably is new to this whole social media thing.
Mhm.
Um, but there's another sister, Tiseki, or Tifa is both of her names, that's on the
Mhm.
show Baddies East with Prashant.
Mhm.
So now it comes up this whole family thing where, Prashant, who was pregnant on the show, wanted her sister to beat up Woe Vicky, which is some little, white girl that does the black thing, and she
Mhm.
only she does that kind of appropriating shit. Um, Krishan wanted her sister to beat her up, but her sister didn't for some reason. So now it's
Mhm.
turned into this thing where this sister's jealous of this sister. Uh, she didn't want me on the show anyway because I'm the show.
Yeah.
And then during the live, it
Mhm.
came out, the oldest sister came out and said that Chiseki, the one that's on the show with Krishan,
Mhm.
SA'd uh, her nephew, which is the eldest sister's son. And then
Mhm.
Krishan came out and said she did that thing with me too, you know.
Mhm.
But this is when they were children. Chiseki is 2 years older than Krishan. So
Mhm.
Krishan's with like 24. This supposedly happened when they were like 7 and 9.
Yeah.
And they were doing it in the form of playing house, you know,
Mhm.
that's what they would call it.
But
So all this stuff is coming out now, and
uh,
people are saying apparently a couple of the family members did that to China, the
mhm.
eldest sister's son.
Mhm.
And it's all coming out now that a couple of like, and the way that they're just talking about it and saying it so matter of factly. This
Yeah.
little this is your son,
Mhm.
and he's probably about 19 now. This happened to him,
Yeah.
and not apparently not by just one family member. It was a couple of them.
Yeah.
And that is sick to me. That is so fucking sick to me that y'all are just out here just talking about it. Like you
Like
guys
it
just
wasn't shit.
like all the family like that. There, I would never say that about anybody. Like I wouldn't. It was just certain things that I just and maybe because I just grew up in a different time where
Yeah.
we didn't put things on the internet like that.
Mhm.
But why would you say that your sister? I mean, you can say your sister touched you. Like I mean, if you want to talk about that, I wouldn't have said that to no followers. You know, but I don't know. These kids do shit different now.
Yeah, they do.
And then she came out and said that she did that to her nephew, your sister's son.
Yeah.
But then the
Yeah,
sister is acting kind of like she's getting a little clout off of it too. So,
yeah.
because she's online crying and all this kind of stuff, and it was so a lot of the people are like, well, do you just not like Taseki? Like, because she's really like has Krishan. She's on Krishan's side, I guess.
Yeah.
She wants she's established that, and it like with families like that, so much dysfunction and so much I'm not surprised that any of that kind of stuff happened. You have those family members that and it kind of, because I think everybody's wrong. Krishan, you let that do whatever he do to you, but you're willing to cut your sister off, for one, because she didn't want to beat up somebody behind. Like, it's just a bunch of foolishness. And they really should just get offline and go see somebody, and not Ayanla. Like, just go see somebody other than Ayanla.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
I can do what I
yeah, she's not a therapist. She's not a counselor. She does, like, I think she likens herself as some Yoruba.
She's a life coach.
Yeah, she's a coach, or but I could call myself a life coach. So
yeah.
Like, you still have to have certifications for things, and something that maybe not. I don't know, but
yeah.
But
with this whole Krishan thing, both these families, both Krishan and Blueface, you can see there's some dumb shit going on both sides.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the cringy way her brother acted on the reality show.
Yeah, because she had are you talking about Monroe?
She
has two brothers. She's not the baby brother, but there's an older brother.
Yeah, there was the brother who came on the show with her.
Okay, before they had a younger brother.
Okay, yeah. It was weird.
One supposedly is beefing with her too about a song that they did for the baby, and he took her off.
Yeah.
She took him off the song or something. Like this.
Yeah. But it's they really need, like you said, need to get some therapy going on.
We didn't need to know any of that. We didn't need to know that your sister is touching on your nephew. Like, why? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're not gonna do anything with this information, man.
For real.
Call
now, on the other side, Blueface was just hit for 2 years probation for a shooting incident at a strip club here in Vegas. I wasn't there.
I was suspended though.
Yeah, it was suspended, but he still gets the probation.
Yeah, he's not going to jail. He's just
he's not going to jail.
If he fucks up on probation again,
he going to jail.
He's gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
I don't know whether this was special treatment, or maybe it was that nobody was killed, or that type of thing. But
I feel like it was just some hood shit, and they didn't care about it like that. And again, nobody got killed, and and it might be because he does have a celebrity status. He's out here, and I think his mama lives out here. So he has ties out here because he's out here a lot. He's in Vegas a lot, back and forth from Cali to Vegas. But I think that his mom's restaurant or something is either out here or in Cali. I mean, in LA. But I think it might be celebrity status too. He had the money to pay for a lawyer.
Exactly. Because he got off on some regular charges. I want to say he pleaded. I think it was a plea deal anyway. and he got the 2 years probation. If he does mess up, he can go back to prison for what, 2 to 10 is what they said.
Yeah, 12 to 24, I think.
God,
Is what I think I saw. But yeah, it's a suspended sentence, so he's gonna be on probation, and if he violates that probation, um, then he's gonna go back to see the judge, and then the judge can be like, "You're out of here because you were supposed to be in jail anyway, my nigga." So we suspended the sentence stuff. So
exactly.
And you can't stay out of trouble. So you're gonna go sit down for a little bit.
Yep. And who needs help too? And before we get into this part, y'all, there is a spoiler alert. Just so you know, I'm high. And when we get high and we get to talking, especially about shit we didn't watch, it's gonna be a problem. Now, this week I actually got to watch Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is a movie based on a video game. I want to say a PlayStation video game, but it could be Nintendo or Sega. I can't remember. But go ahead.
Is that the one with Clint Eastwood?
No.
Oh, okay. Because there's a Gran Turismo that came out like years ago.
That's Gran Torino.
Torino. Okay, my bad. Never mind. Let me
Different car.
I'm high.
Gran Turismo is a release. But yeah, basically, I did get to watch Gran Turismo. It is actually good. You think it's like he made a movie based on a video game, but it actually is a true story about Honda having a contest for video game players to have the Gran Turismo experience. And they thought that if we put one of the best players in the world and actually trained him to drive these cars for real, they would win. And that's what actually happened. Like I said, spoiler alert, it's almost like anything else. It's a great. It's almost like I can actually say it's a coming of age mixed with a little bit of rock.
Okay, Gran Turismo.
Yeah, Gran Turismo.
It is not.
It's not like this big. It's not like it's not the best. Don't get me wrong, but it is entertaining. It is actually heartwarming because you're actually by the movie rooting for this kid. You know what I mean? You just want this kid. You're rooting for him whether he wins or loses. By the end of the movie, that's what it is. You don't care if he wins or loses. You just want to root for this kid. I ended up giving. I'm sorry about not having a good rating tonight, y'all. There was a miscommunication. But I did give. I want to say 4.5 points. The half is because the movie could have shaved about 20 minutes off. Just
it was just filler.
Yeah, some of it was just filler. I think you could have knocked 20 minutes off of this. It might have been just a little bit better. Now you watched the movie that I thought I thought it was ridiculous that they even made it sequel because we didn't need the first one. But you watched Meg 3, which is streaming on Mac.
Yeah, Mac. I think I put Prime, but it's Mac.
Yes.
Yeah, it's everything that it sounds like it is. Jason Statham is in it, which I like. Jason Statham. He's one of those actors that does all the action movies. I think he was in the Fast and Furious a little bit, and when they was on the moon or some shit, like or on Jupiter or whatever the fuck, like whatever Fast and Furious that was. So, basically reprising his role. I didn't see the first Meg.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did? I did not. I did
Okay.
not. I had really no interest in seeing the Meg. But I was, at my friend's house, and they put it on, and my Tish, her grandson, I guess he thought it was just gonna be like all dinosaurs, but like he's 9, so like
Yeah.
part way through the movie, he was like, "I'm gonna get up and go take a shower," like. And that tickled me so bad because he loves dinosaurs. So the fact that he was just like over it
Yeah.
within like the first like hour, it was not enough dinosaurs for him.
Yeah.
So he just got him. He was like, "I'm just go get in the shower," you know. He didn't even He didn't even stick it out. So they fell asleep on it. So I think I'm the only one that actually watched it all the way through.
See, and it's funny because the movies you want to watch all the way through, you fall asleep.
Yeah, like I'll be fighting sleep. I'll be fighting for my life, But that one I actually stayed up and watched, and it was predictable. The graphics were, I mean, it looked kind of like a video game.
Yeah.
It's Jason Statham, and it's a lot of over exaggerated. Like I said, how Fast and Furious is on the moon now or somewhere in a different galaxy. How they got cars there, nobody knows. But kind of does those sorts of things. So I just think they were just getting every bit of Jason Statham that they could in this movie.
Exactly.
Because they paid for it. So
you gave this one 3 blunts, right?
Yeah, I gave it 3 blunts. Only, I mean, it's a movie. It's entertaining. Again, I didn't see the first one, so there were maybe things that I probably missed.
Or didn't miss.
Yeah, or didn't miss. But it didn't make sense to me. If I'd have seen the first one, I probably. It's not a standalone, I don't think. So,
yeah, no, it's a feature.
Yeah, so I mean, it just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a sequel.
They've got killer fucking megalodons down there that for some reason just hone in. Oh, it's a human in the thing. So I don't. I mean, it's cool. I guess if you just want to be entertained and not really care about the plot.
I get it. Now, what you folks watching? We have Meg 2 that's streaming on Max and Gran Turismo, which is right now on video on demand. So definitely check those out. Let us know what you're watching. We can watch it too. Now we're gonna move on. You actually went to the Great American Foodie Fest.
I did. I didn't even know I was going to the Foodie Fest.
Okay.
That was the cool part about that. So I was at the Orleans.
Yes.
And me and my friends, we they already had they were staying down there for a weekend. It was like a little staycation. So I went down there with them and I hung out.
Yeah.
We took some shrooms, by the way, and we walked the strip, which was fucking hilarious. That's gonna be probably next pod, because that was, we were lit, but it was fun. Nobody got hurt. Except like the little parking meter thing that you go up, but that somebody else did that, not us. But so we went to the Foodie Fest. It was $12 to get in for general admission. And that was still for 3 days. You just didn't get all the perks of, VIP, which obviously was gonna cost more. We went to this taco truck. So we had birria tacos. They were pretty good. I gave them, they were very tender. We got the shredded beef, very tender. It was good. The green sauce is better than the red sauce. So I would give them about maybe 4.5 out of 5 blunts. I don't remember the name of the truck, and I hate that.
Okay.
and then we stopped. It was what we noticed was, naturally all the prices were inflated because it was the food
Yeah.
festival. So everything, like you're paying like $15, $20 for like a hot dog, a couple of tacos, just things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
that's
yeah, and then we stopped at this other truck that had a thing called a puffy taco. So what they do is they take the shell, flour shell, and they
yeah.
cook it till it's puffy.
Yeah.
And
It's they
yeah, I've
normally
never
call
had
it
one.
Indian fry bread.
Yeah, I
Which
guess
is
I don't know.
that concept. Um, but yeah,
But yeah,
that's pretty good. Did you like it?
I didn't get that. We got the elote
Okay.
instead, and the elote was in a bowl. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing that I was very soupy or buttery, and it didn't have enough cayenne
Mm-hmm.
for us. But it had the cojita, it had the like the cream and whatever else they used to make it.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Right
Um,
on.
then we went later to bowl, and we had chicken strips and wings there. I ate so much this weekend. I was so fat. Oh my god! But
Yes.
at Brooklyn, what is it? It's not Brooklyn Bowl. It's New Orleans. Their bowling alley.
But the Orleans,
Um,
I like the bowling
yeah,
alley.
yeah, they had good chicken strips. A good chicken strip. The
Okay.
mayonnaise, the ranch was a little runny, but
Mhm. It's
and
bowling
their
food.
wings, their buffalo wings were good too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good weekend for food.
Right on. For those who don't know, and I should explain this before, the Great American Foodie Fest is here twice a year, and a bunch of food trucks get together, a bunch of vendors get together. In the last 2 years, we've actually changed different locations, and that's been the biggest complaint is the pricing.
Yeah,
People
not
don't
bad.
mind paying $12 to get in. For the weekend. But I'm sorry. I know sometimes we have to pay because it's like the atmosphere. But nobody wants a $25 sandwich. You know what I mean? Um, nobody wants a $30
Nobody
funnel cake.
wants that. Like I wanted funnel cake. I think
Yeah.
the funnel cake was like about maybe $20.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see myself paying for that much. I mean, I guess if I wanted it bad enough, I would have.
Mm-hmm.
But they also had, Southern fare. There was this one truck that had fried alligator bites and
Yeah.
fried. The thing I think it was like $40 because I think one
Mm-hmm.
of our guy friends, he's the only one that really eats that kind of stuff. So he went over there and they wanted like $40 a pound. It's like
God
nobody's
damn.
not paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
We might have gave you 20, but 40?
Yeah, exactly. It's fun though, y'all. It's fun, and those who live here in
Yeah,
Vegas,
it's just the vibe. Like there's a lot
yeah,
of kids there, families. And then, some of the stuff you're willing to pay. You're paying for vibe. That's what you're paying for.
exactly.
You're
Paying for
paying
the
for food
experience.
and vibe. Yeah, an experience.
Now, while you were at the Foodie Fest enjoying yourself, I was at Panda Express with these trash ass apple pie rolls.
Trash, damn.
They're trash. Basically, it's apple pie filling in their wonton wrappers or whatever they wrap their egg rolls in. It's fried, and then it's rolled in cinnamon. It's trash. I thought I was gonna get like maybe a fried pie, fried ham pie that you get like at churches or Popeyes. No, what's that at all? It missed out on so much. I believe I gave this one.
So was it like too doughy or was it dry? Like what's the?
It was dry, and it seemed like they were pre-made. It didn't taste like they were made in store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just seemed very processed, and it just wasn't good. I think I gave it 2 blunts. 3, I would be giving it
2.
Yes. I would have probably give it lower, but if I I'm high, y'all, so I gave it a 2 or 3. If I gave it a 3, I was being very, very generous. But that's the apple pie roll from Panda Express. Panda Express is trash anyway to me.
Yeah, Panda Express, they had their day, but I feel like they're just kind of trash now.
So I normally go to if I only was in there just to get this. I mean, not special, but to get those things because I knew they were there. But yeah, it's trash. Don't waste your time, y'all. Don't waste your time. Let us know what your favorite go-to munchie is in the comments. And now, y'all, we're at the top of the hour. And like we always say, we like to talk with you than about you. If you are having issues and need someone to talk to, go ahead and text 988 for the crisis and suicide line. Also, if you're in a domestic abuse situation, the domestic violence hotline is 800-799-7233. In an emergency, y'all don't dial 911. I know we forget to say that every week, but that's almost obvious. If you really into extreme shit, call 911. For real. So I want to thank everybody for watching and smoking with us tonight. We had some sound issues and a couple of
sorry about that, guys.
But we'll get it back.
We don't have Tony.
Yeah, we'll run it back on y'all next week. We are the Aging Potheads. I am Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monkey. The beautiful Miss Candy. Tony is out tonight, as you can tell.
As you can tell.
We do want to thank you for watching and smoking with us. And as always, y'all, meditate. And until next time, my friends, stay lifted.
Good night. Bye. Catch y'all later.